toys, Legos, bricks and toys.
All right, toy fans. So, hey, day 9, right? I went ahead and kind of set it up over here, even though that's not actually attached, but much like the other, we're going to add the outside of the leg. So I figured we'd do the leg, and then day 10, I think it's the foot, and then we start moving up. This thing is massive. I've got to take some pictures and video and compare it, like, you know, set it up next to like my Lubric City stuff just to see the height of this thing. This thing is big. And again, this is the AliExpress version. You could tell there because they've taken the Lego off. But it is pretty much a dead repeat of what we got. It is straight on. So I've got my booklet here. I also have my app here. Now, we've been going kind of oftentimes more on app, but also looking at the other. So we're going to kind of keep with this sort of curb appeal. I think that goes to 9. Now, we had the 8-1 and 9-1, and this is 9. So I think this right here is all we need. We do have some brackets over here. The wheels, I think, are over here. We'll be using those. But I believe that's it. So, let's get to work. Shall we? Shall we? Okay, so we got 2 of these. Excuse me, sir. Boom. And excuse me, sword. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's a mess. Okay, so we got 2 of these. Clock it. 1x6 plates with a 1x4. We're going back to that 9-1 bag that we had, and we got a 1x2 tile with a 1x2 stepped curved tile here, and we've got 2 of those, 1 on each side. So we're kind of building, looks like this portion up on the leg here, kind of doing the same thing. Now we've got that, so we're gonna flip this over to here, and this is going on this side. Now, what I'm going to do is, much like last time, there was a question of, hey, how far does this actually go? It goes, I believe, like that. So I went with the app on this one so I could really see and make sure I had everything right. So we do have this 2x6. And that should go right here. Boom. Or actually, that needs to go up 1, right? Yeah, goes up right to there. Okay, and then a 2x4. Now, I'm going to set this here, and I'm going to look over here, and it looks kind of. Okay, now, what they have done, what they've done is that they're having us put all the plates down, and then Lego has us doubling and moving backwards. We're going to go with the Lego one on this one. So we need 1, 2, 3. Now, they're both the same method. It's just at different times. I can see the benefit of doing all the plates at once and then stacking on top. But with that, I'm kind of going with the Lego because that's a lot of parts at once. Whereas this is, this even has us going to the opposite side. So I'm going to stick with this on this level here. I think this is going to work better for us because that's like turn this way and Lego has it turn this way. It's all over the place. So we're going to go with this one, but pretty much the same thing here. We've got our little slope piece here. Boom. It's a type of wedge, or not a wedge, but it's a diagonal cut plate. And then we need 1, 2 of these blue 1x2 wedge grills. And then it looks like another 2x4. Now these blues they're beautiful. I like them. I like them a lot. They're they're slick. I mean, it's when you think of like the Durr Burger, this is definitely kind of the Durr Burger-esque appeal of things. It looks amazing. Now, unfortunately, we never got this in Jazzwares or in Hasbro. That could have been a good HasLab, but I don't know if they have enough people backing it to really justify that. All right, we got these 1x4 brick slopes here, and we're going to put that 1x2 tile right there. So, got a lot going on. Now, look in here. Same exact thing. So, I'm going to go back. Yep. Okay, now we've got 1 and 2. So I think we're building up this section here. That's a part that's going to go here. So we've got 1 and 2. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these parts because I'm seeing a trend that might speed things along. 1. Let's see. Got one of these. Got one of these. Got another one of these. And then we should have that little... It's like a plate. It's a snot plate. It's a snot plate to step plate, basically. It's a plate that's like a snot brick, but it's got to step up for a 1x2 plate on there. So, back in the day, we would just put another 1x2 on there. But it is made specifically, and I think they do it as a step guide and also to have an extra bit of studs going on the outside. So really good for modeling at this point, because there's a lot of extra you can do. Okay, this is going to go right here, and that's going to go right here. Based on this, wedge is going up. Looks just like the picture. I mean, again, straight up, same exact thing. Now, this goes to the back. I had thought that this would go to the front, but I believe these are like exhaust ports going off of the back of this. So, kind of interesting, but that is how we are doing it. We need 1, 2. I can get these up. 1, 2, 3. Should have one more in there. 4. Okay. And much like the other one, we're going to be rounding out this knee. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, these are those little, I call them diagonal cut 1x2 tiles, but they are like kind of cool cut tile sort of thing. So, yeah. But they're cut at diagonal, so you can really play around, get like a lot of different things. Same thing here that we're doing here. So far this is exact. I believe the next one we'll be dealing with what, 2 2x3s and a little wedge plate. Let's see. Now, so we're skipping the wedge plate, but we're putting the 2x3s here. So a little bit, again, we'll come back to it. They're skipping around. So there's some skipping around here. See, that will go up. I'm going to go ahead and put these on 1. And I should have one more, 2 right here. So that'll go here. This will go right here. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit different. Well, no, I guess it's kind of the same. Yeah. It'll be kind of the same. Yeah. Not too different. Okay, we got that plate, and now we're putting our last big 2x3 sloped brick right there. 2x3 to 1x2 slope brick. Press all that in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Cool. And then we're putting a 1x4 across the end. So, now here it has it run opposite way, this way, where we're doing it. Lego, same exact thing, just a different angle. Now we've got these 2 clip plates. 1x2 clip plates, and they're going to be going up here with the clip on top. And I believe this is going to be a thing where I believe it's like we're putting probably some sort of skirting on there. There you go. That goes right there. And our light blue or teal colored step slopes. So 1x2 step slopes like these right here, right? We're going to put one here. One goes on the other side. Yeah, that still hasn't solidified that, but that's okay. Because we'll put stuff up front that'll solidify it. Same. Now, yeah, now we're getting into our orange stuff. So we're going to be going on this side here. And we need that 1x4. It goes right there. I just want to check. Yeah, same thing. Okay. So we're here, and now we're kind of moving on to the next. We got 1, 2, and a 1x2. So that's going to go right here. So it's going to go right here. This one's going to go right here. Interesting, one side's thicker than the other, but you know, it still makes sense. Okay. That's done, and then we need 2 of the 2x3s, 3 of these 1x4 slope bricks. And we're going to start at the bottom, right? Let's see. Up here at the top. Okay. Yeah, this is where, like, the directions between this and this start to, because you got to turn this completely the opposite direction. Whereas now, if I'm working with this, and the reason why I like the app is I can like turn it and look and say, okay, what am I kind of getting myself into? Is this going to work the right way? So I like having that aspect so I can see what am I working with. Now, clocked it here, going here, so we need a, let's see, that should be one of these, a 2x3, and then it looks like a 1x4 tile right here. So we're gonna go 2x3 on the end. We got our, it's actually a 3x6 wedged or sloped plate, and then this is gonna go right on top. Boom, just like that. And much like the other leg, we're going to be solidifying this one, right? It's going to look great. It's going to look great. Okay, so again, we got these 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these diagonal 2x, it's actually a 2x2 diagonal tile, or diagonal cut tile. Yeah, I should, you know, at this point I should probably look up the name, and I haven't done that. You know why? I'm kind of lazy. I shouldn't be lazy. We're charged not to be lazy. Paul actually writes about, you know, laziness. Says we shouldn't be lazy. Those who refuse to work should not eat. That's what he says. Alright, so 1, 2 of the 2x3s going right up here. So we're in this section, kind of on the end over here, and we're just clocking them in. 1, 2. There we go. Man, it's a good looking set. Alright, and then we're finishing up. Now there's extras over here. We're going to get them up here, so we're going to finish up this section. 1, 2 of the 1x2s. Need, let's see, is it this one or is it it's the opposite? This one, and then a 2x3 right here. Okay, so it looks like this is going to go right here. I like how we have some of the studs open because that almost looks like rivets in a way. And what I like about that, like the whole idea of this, is that if we had a character that was wanting to run up or something, you could pose it and then stud, a character on the side, scaling the side. So I think that's kind of cool. Okay. All this is the same, and now we're on par with this same exact ordeal. One of these, two of these tiles, two of these grilled wedges, one. Oh, there we go. One and two right here. Okay, so we are going to be going right up here, kind of pressing everything in, make sure it's all nice and set before we get too carried off with it, right? So we need one goes here. Oh, we also need a, where is it? Oh, I see. It's just two. My bad. I got it. I was thinking of something else, but I was wrong. All right. These are going to go right there. So that's the inside of the leg, and it's going to be mirrored of that, which is going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Up here, let's see, we need one of our little clip plates, two of these turquoise plates, and then a dark gray. Let's see. Same exact thing right here. So nothing different. Goes here. One. Clip plate, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Now we're going to be building this right here. So we need 1, 2, and 3. It's funny, I get a whole bunch of like Lego notifications on my phone. Alright, it's going right there. So just like the same exact thing. Again, same exact thing. Okay. Now we are over here and we are lining up 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little tiles here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to put 1 here. 2, 3, and 4, just like that. And then we've got our 2 tiles and curved step 1 by 2 step plates, right? Or tiles, I should say. These are our, let's see, what are these? These are 1 by 8s. Are they 1 by 8s or are they 1 by 9s? They're 1 by 8s. I had to stretch out my arm. I had to remember when I do it, I have to measure my arm out. Otherwise, it's going to be scrunchy. And it's like, wait. Lego does not make a 1 by 9. They don't, by the way. They could, but I don't think that's something that they're going to do. Okay. We got that pressed down here. Make sure it's all set into play right there. And same as the book. Now we're moving in on that kneecap, right? So we need 1, 2. So 1 goes right here. 2 goes right here. Now this side already has a lot of the tiles up because they had us putting on tiles earlier. Whereas now for Lego, again, same thing, just different timing, right? Now we're putting everything on. So we got 1 of the 1 by 6 tiles, or 2 by 6 tiles. We've got last one of these. It's going to go right up here. And then another sloped plate, which is going to go right here. And then we should have a 1 by 2 going right there. Now I'm going to press all that in. That's the kick right there for the top of the foot. And this is the part for the knee. Man, the detail in this is grand. It is truly on another level. I like it. Okay. Now, let's see. We've got that. Now we are building, I think, the foot guard. So the foot guard is going to be, it was back here. So now we're putting it together here. So again, moving things around. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's happening. And that's something that we got to be aware of. 1 and 2. Can you build this without the app? Yes. Can you build it with just the book? Yes. Can you build it with just the app? Yeah, you can. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that, you know, you could say, well, bags aren't exactly numbered the same way. They're very close. Very, very close. Again, it feels like just a straight factory ripoff of what was already there. Like, it is bags and everything so close. It is almost the exact same. So got one of these and one of these, and now we're building the knee portion. Whereas we don't do the knee portion until much later in the AliExpress, but we're doing it now. So that's another big key difference, which I think is kind of interesting that's how we're doing it, but that is how we're doing it. Okay, so that's going to go right here. Then we're going to put our hinge plate on top. It goes away. And then we've got our 2 cherry studs. 1 and 2. And these are serving as those little missiles, which I just absolutely adore. I think they're great. 1 and 2. Turn them this way. I want to make sure these hold really well. There you go. That's a lot better. Okay, now this is supposed to go right up into here and go down. Now we need that back plate and we need this. So we, like I said, we are just kind of trucking along. The outside portion of this, of just kind of putting everything on, is super quick. And it is leading up exactly how this is set up over here. There's really no difference. And I like that that's the case. I like that we're getting, you know, similar product here. They're kind of the same from one to another. Now I've got 2 slopes over here that I'm hoping will be revealed on what they're going to go to here in a minute. Okay, these are going to go here, and that should clock in right here. Click, clack, boom. There's our knee. Okay. Yep, same exact thing, putting down 2 plates, and we'll be building this much like, now they have us doing it where we're putting the missile tubes on first, then we're putting the kneecap on. Lego has us putting the kneecap on, and then the Lego has us putting the kneecap and then putting the missile pads on. But this one didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. I know that there was like one part, I think with the other leg, that was like something was kind of, oh, I think it had to do with the foot. Something about how to put the, or no, it was the back of the pins on the leg. That was kind of difficult to do. And that might actually be this part of the build. Yeah, so that's where we're at with this part of the build. Now, I'm going to go back because I've got these 2 wedges here. And I'm pretty sure that these belong to something. So let's go back and look in here. Let's see if I can find where these 2 suspicious little wedges might have gone. Maybe it was something from the previous part of the build. That's all that. So these would actually be a part of this leg. Yeah, that's what I missed. it goes on the inside of here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off, this off, and this off. That's what I missed. Way back. Let's see. Top of the leg. This would go here. Alright, so I'm going to press that in. I was sitting there looking, I was like, I feel like I missed something. And I did. Absolutely, I totally missed something. I missed these two pieces. Now, do we really see them? No, not really. Like in the long run, it's not a valuable building piece. It's not anything that's going to be a miss. However, if I want it to be correct, I want to put it in the right spot, man. Let me check that one. Is that the same? Looks like it. Okay. So pop this and pop that. Boom, boom. And we'll pop that off right there. And now let's put this one in where it's supposed to go, which I believe is down, right? Yes, down. Okay. And then we'll put all these parts back on. Boom. And boom. That back on. This. And this. And this. Pop all that. And then we get to place this back on. And there's the knee, right? Pull the knee out just a little bit. Okay. Now, we got that. I got that. And yeah, now we're putting on the leg. Now, much like the other one, I'm going to just put those there because I don't want to drop this. If I can avoid doing it, I'd like to avoid doing it. We're going to kick out this leg right here. And then we're going to pop this one on. So we're going to go one stem at a time. Okay. So we've got one in. If I can get it to fit there. Might need to pop that up. There we go. One. And this one, same way. Two. Right? And then we'll turn it over because the back portion will be the two sleeves. So let's kick that back. This was the part I had difficulty with. Okay. So we're going to put these sleeves on. I hear you, Bag 10. I hear you shaking. You're like, hey, open me up. But guess what? Not yet. Why? Because I still need to finish this. Because this part right here is actually very important. It's going to keep our leg on. Okay. And then we turn it this way. And we turn it this way. Now, I've got, let's see. Okay. You know, I'm about to back out of it, so it's like, boom. Okay, so I have, for some reason, I have this upside down. So let's take this, we're going to turn it around, we're going to put it where it belongs, which is right there. And then we're going to set that up like that. Okay. Oh, man, look at this thing. Isn't that gorgeous? This reminds me, when I was a kid, I wanted a gigantic Voltron. And, you know, we couldn't afford it. I got the little die-cast Voltron instead. This reminds me of that. Oh, my goodness. Such grand memories. Okay. Listen, that is day 9. We'll come back for day 10, okay? And I believe day 10 is putting the Durr Burger foot together, which is fun. I'll have to bring down the Durr Burger for this portion for us to kind of get to see the resemblance. But we'll be working on Durr Burger foot next. I'm excited. This is a really great one. Hey, I'm hoping that this video is kind of helping you decide on if you're wanting to get this or not. This is not the actual Lego one. This is the AliExpress one. $40-something. I am absolutely loving this build. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications to be alerted if anything comes from me to you. Like this video, helps you to know what you like and what I'm making, and comment. Hey, what do you like about this? You think this is on par with a really good build? Would you, do you like the color scheme of it? You know, let me know. Did you play this season of Fortnite? I believe this was season 9 of chapter 1. You know, definitely comment down below. I love chatting with y'all. Also, if you want to help out the channel, share this out with your friends. You know, go down to the bio notes, show notes, get something out of my Linktree shop, or even something off the Lumberbrick site. I've got a link there, an affiliate link. I get a small commission. Those commissions add up over time. Nothing big, really small, but get enough of them, I might be able to get a service or a set or something that I can review to let you know if, hey, these AliExpress sets are worth it or not, right? Okay, and that's, hopefully this is helping you in that decision making. Hey, I thank you all for showing up. You have no idea what it means to me. That means a lot that you're here watching me do all this silly stuff. Hey, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.